Welcome back guys. Assassin's Creed Shadows received a new expansion a week ago in the form of Claws of Awaji that takes the players to a new area called the Island of Awaji to seek a lost treasure and conclude Naoe's story arc. In order to play this expansion, you need to complete the game's main story first. The final quest is called Out of the Shadows. It becomes available after you have completed all of the quests for Naoe, Yasuke and Janjiro. Then you need to go to your hideout and interact with Konatsu. She is in the service of Hattori Hanzo, and then she'll give you the first Claws of Awaji quest. It's basically a puppet show. We need to play through the puppet show. After that we will be transported to the island of Awaji. In this video I'll be showing you how to use INT8 version of FSR for Upscaler and XeSS frame generation in this game running on Rog Ally that comes with Radeon 780M GPU, which is based on RDNA 3 architecture. Would like to thank Ubisoft for providing me with a review copy of the game. It's the Ubisoft Connect version of the game. The tutorial should also work with the Steam version of the game. I'll be using Optiscaler Mod to inject INT8 version of FSR for Upscaler into the game. This game officially supports XeSS frame generation. After installing Optiscaler Mod, we will be able to access in-game XeSS frame generation on Rog Ally. Won't be using Optiscaler's XeSS frame gen. We'll be using the latest build of Optiscaler Mod version 0.9 preview for 20250922, available on their Discord server. I'll give the link to their Discord in the description. Click on a .7z link here. FSR's SDK was leaked a month ago. It included files corresponding to the INT8 version of FSR for Upscaler. These files could be used to compile an FSR for DLL. Big thanks to Reddit user AthleteDependent926 for compiling this file and sharing it with the community. Just click on the Go file link here. This page will open up. Just download AMD Fidelity FX Upscaler txl.dll file. Click on download next to it. The developers have finally added an option to uncap the in-game cutscenes FPS, but letterboxing effect is still present and frame generation does not work during the cutscenes, so I'll be using ACShadowsFix developed by Lyle. This will remove the letterboxing effect and enable frame generation during the cutscenes. You can download this mod from Nexus Mods website. It's free. Just need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. Click on Files, download the latest version 0.0.6. Click on Manual Download. Click on Slow Download. Download will start. Now I'll be installing Optiscaler Mod. Just open the mod's archive file. Copy the highlighted files optiscaler.ini, optiscaler.dll, leave XeSS_fg.dll. This file corresponds to XeSS frame gen. DX11 version of XeSS super resolution not required. Leave XeSS.dll, XeSS super resolution file, XeSS low latency mode file, fake nvapi.ini, fake nvapi.dll. Fake nvapi will replace the in-game reflex implementation with XeSS low latency mode. In some games it is required to unlock the in-game DLSS settings. Don't need Nukem 9's mod. Vulkan version of Fidelity FX file, and just select all of the DX12 versions of Fidelity FX files. 10 files selected. Right click, copy. I'll show you where to paste these files. Just open Ubisoft Connect, go to your library, click on the 3 dots below the game's box art, click on Manage, click on Properties, click on the folder icon here, click on Open Folder, paste everything here. Need to replace the existing files. Now you need to change the name of Optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll, highlighting the files. Select Optiscaler.dll file, right click, show more options, rename. Just type dxgi. Mod has been installed. Now I'll be installing INT8 version of FSR for Upscaler. Just copy its AMD Fidelity FX Upscaler tx12.dll file that you download from Reddit. Need to paste it in the game's install directory where you install Optiscaler Mod, right here. Replace the existing file. Now I'll install ACShadowsFix. Open its archive file. Copy all of the files except for extract to game folder. Right click, copy. Open the game's install directory. Paste everything here. Process complete. Adrenaline settings for the game, FreeSync and VSync enable. I have set the UMA buffer size to 5 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 342. Install Ally's latest official GPU driver that I had support for. Battlefield 6 using a 27 watts manual profile, all 3 power values set at 27 watts. 720p resolution CPU boost disabled. Connected my FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode, X input controller. Launch the game. In-game settings, display, mode set to borderless windowed. As I have already completed the game, my hideout is populated with a lot of NPCs. This makes it even more demanding than the hideout area at the beginning of the game with less number of NPCs. Ray tracing is always enabled in the hideout area. That's why it's more demanding than the open world. Resolution 720p, no FPS cap applied, VSync off. Cutscene frame rate, yeah, it's uncapped. Upscaler DLSS, this means Optiscaler mod is working. Using the Upscaler's quality preset, I'll be using the in-game DLSS upscaler to enable INT8 version of FSR for Upscaler. Frame generation disabled for the time being, motion blur off. Scalability, ray trace, global illumination, diffuse hideout only, it cannot be disabled. I'm using the very low preset. In very crowded areas, FPS will drop down to as low as 30 even with the very low preset. You can see the estimated VRAM usage here, 4.1 GB. Hair strands disabled. That's it. Using a custom Afterburner overlay to show you the performance metrics. There's now it. I'm in the hideout area. Here we are getting around 35 FPS. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. Increase its size by clicking on the drop down bar next to menu US scale. Set the value to 1.3. Much better. XeSS version 2.0.2 Upscaler is selected. I'll just switch to FSR 4 Upscaler. Select FSR 3.x as the option. Click on change upscaler. FFX upscaler selected 4.0.2. This is the INT8 version of FSR 4 upscaler. API used Direct3D12. FSR 4 selected. Input in-game DLSS. DHS spoofing is on. Auto explorer setting is on. Okay, I observed some ghosting with the model 1 selected. Default, it's based on the quality preset of the in-game upscaler. Just change the model to 0. This will fix the ghosting issue. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Base resolution 854 by 480 pixels upscale to 720p resolution. I'll enable Optiscaler's performance overlay. Expand FPS overlay section, check this setting. FPS overlay enabled. Full plus graph. Scale 1.3. Show you the base game performance first. Save and close. Resume the game. Here FPS dropped to around 32. With XeSS here we were getting around 34 to 35 FPS, so not a big drop in performance. Spinning the camera, no ghosting is produced around the character model. The image quality, it's looking sharp. Look at that FPS. Oh my god, 30 to 33. Barely holding on to that 30 FPS. Stunning visuals. This area is very heavy. Sprinting through the grass field. FPS may drop below 30. Yeah. Reverse stream. With in-game XeSS upscaler, FPS will stay close to 30. With FSR 4 upscaler, FPS will be within a range of 26 to 30. I will also show you the native performance. Just set upscaler type to TA and select upscaler quality to native TA. Resume the game. Here FPS dropped to around 22 to 25 FPS. Not using any upscaling. Animation quality, it's looking so choppy. So INT8 version of FSR 4 upscaler does help in improving the performance. I'll go back to DLSS upscaler using its quality preset. Now I'll enable frame generation and just set it to Intel XeSS but if you switch to XeSS while the game is running in the background, it's going to crash. So better to change the frame generation setting when you are in the menu. Just apply the change. See DX12 error. Just restart the game. Resume the game from the same spot, and yeah, FPS increased to around 55. Check out the animation quality, much smoother than before when the game was running without frame gen. Very good results produced by XeSS frame gen. And observe now is shadow. It's not flickering even when I am sprinting. FSR frame gen causes this flickering issue. No ghosting produced around her character model. Some ghosting trails may be present around the floating particles in the environment. Even DLSS Upscaler produces this ghosting trail. Upscaling costs 3 milliseconds, 3.2 milliseconds real world input delay. I was expecting the input delay to be much worse than this. Crosshair, it's not flickering. There it is, the white dot. No double images are produced around the left edge of the display when a character is closer to the edge. See, again FSR frame generation produces this artifact. I have already highlighted these artifacts in another video. Okay, now I'll test the game in the open world. Here we were getting around 26 FPS without frame gen. Look at the performance now. Here 55 to 60 FPS. Beautiful lighting. Okay, now to start Claws of Awaji DLC, you need to interact with Konitsu. She's standing at the entrance of a hideout, calling us. Talk. Cutscene.
I am Konatsu, in the service.
No black bars are present. Frame generation is working during the cutscenes. Lion's fix is working.
A puppet show?
How does a puppet show help?
Yes, okay.
No way, let's go. We'll find out when we get there.
And skip the cutscene.
Hanzo be there?
This is Awaji Island's map. It should take you about 10 hours to complete the expansion story mode. Check out this vantage point. Beautiful scene. Scale of the map, yeah, it's quite big. FPS variable 65 to 80. Time to jump down in the hay. Here we are getting close to 60 FPS in the settlement area. Lot of NPCs. I'll just run around, keep an eye on the FPS counter. Frame pacing graph. There shouldn't be any tall spikes.
So many guards.
I'll just mount my horse. Guards. Enable Pathfinder. Objective. Holding the left D-pad button. Guiding to current objective. Okay, I'll engage in combat now. Highlight the enemies in the environment. Hold the right stick. Haven't played the game in a long time. Enemy. I'll just attack him. Want to alert everyone. By mistake I attacked a civilian. Beg your pardon. Assassinated that guy. Didn't alert anyone, this is strange. I should have dodged the attack, my bad. Oh no, this guy is strong. I almost died. He's still alive. It's very good performance in the settlement area. just disable XeSS FrameGen to give you an idea about the real performance. FrameGen off, apply, back to the game. Yeah, FPS dropped to around 40. Animation quality, it's looking so choppy. See, this is the real performance. XeSS FrameGen adds interpolated frames between the real frames to improve the performance. Before ending the video, I'll just use XeSS Inspector App to verify the status of XeSS FrameGen and XeSS low latency mode. Frame generation on, set it to XeSS, apply. Run XeSS Inspector App, select Assassin's Creed Shadows from the list, double click XeSS FG Context 1, yeah, it's running. XeSS low latency mode, it's running as well. You can see the valid frames getting generated. So that's it with the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.